Hello and welcome to this video, which we're getting into this bag of yarn that was sent to me to review, and I'm kind of excited to see what it is in. Hi, so this is future me. It is actually 7:40 in the morning here on May 30th. This footage was actually recorded on May the 11th at 7:38 a.m. And the reason I'm just now getting out to you is because you may have seen on a community post that I had an eye infection form, and you can kind of see it start to form in this video. But that is why this is a little late coming to you. Also, I do want to say that in the video I call the yarn bulling. Bulling is in B-U-L-I-N-G. B-U-L-I-N-G, and that is because that is how the web address is, and that is how the Amazon store is labeled. And when I first started researching them, and that is what I found first, was the Amazon store, but on their website they actually have it listed as bling bling as well, which is kind of confusing, and we're going to talk some more about that in a little bit. So let's talk about this yarn. This company contacted me and asked me if I'd be interested in talking about their yarn, creating a project with it, and sharing my thoughts and feelings with all of you. So I said, okay. So this is from a company called Bulling, and this is the knitting glow yarn. I looked it up online and apparently it glows, and I thought about so many wonderful uses for this already, but they have different weights of the yarn, and they just kind of sent me a sample pack of all of them. So it has all these in here. This is colorful glow-in-the-dark yarn, it says. So we're going to definitely try this out. It says, put the yarn in a sunny place or under a strong light for 15 to 30 minutes to achieve the best glowing effect. Okay. This one doesn't really have a yarn weight on it. I'm guessing this is probably a DK or sport, but it has glitter in this one, so you can see the glitter right there. I'm kind of interested to see its glowing effect. It looks just like normal yarn. It feels kind of like it has some cotton in it, but this one doesn't even have the base, which is kind of odd. Okay, so we have moved, so I can pull up this yarn online and give some more information as I show you, because there's not a lot of information on the actual label, which is kind of frustrating, I know. But it says that Bling Bling, we're yarn wizards, crafting funky yarns with unique night glow and reflective quantities. Let us amp up your creative projects with our custom solutions. They deliver worldwide. Their Facebook page shows that they're a woman-owned and operated business, so that's cool. So this colorway, I think, is what they call the acrylic yarn with metallic shine and multicolor twist. It retails for $7.99. It's a 50-gram ball, so this is probably a whole ball of it. So I'm guessing it is like a sport weight. And that is color number FC2056CH. It is pretty with the bits of glitter. I really like this one. This one is a hot pink, and it has some gold stellina. So I think these two are the same base. I do wish the yarn had more information on the labels. I feel like it's very much lacking in that aspect. This is premium glow-in-the-dark acrylic yarn with metallic shine. These are $6.99. This is 50 grams. That could be 50 grams. These might be sample versions of this, though. I don't have a scale right here beside me. 98% acrylic, 2% luminous fiber, and 131 yards is what they're supposed to have. This one is a pink color. And then you have the white. I mean, in all reality, they're not that scratchy at all. The pink is actually a lot softer than the white one. I am going to talk about some of this yarn as future me, because once I dumped this out on my desk in this video and I started just showing the yarn, I didn't really talk about it anymore because it got kind of confusing, because they sent me so many different bases, but it's really kind of hard to see the labels, because the only way to see what it is by this one little label that they put on there. So we're going to go a little bit more in depth in this part with future me, but I'm still going to be using some of the footage of May the 11th me, which is, I know, I'm sorry. But the chenille yarn is what I was talking about next. This is their, what they call premium chenille yarn. This is $7.99. I think it just has FCX 032 for the color. I don't know. Does say chenille softness. Indulge in our premium chenille yarn for elegant and comfortable creations. And it reflects light to enhance safety and style. It does say on this one, kind of confusing, crochet hook 3.5 millimeter, but then it says in parentheses a G6, which is actually a 4 millimeter, I guess either one, and it suggests knitting needle 3.25. I'm not sure how this would hold up. This is a hand wash only on this one. There's also this chenille. Now this is the glow in the dark one, and this only says chenille comfort. Premium chenille yarn is renowned for its feather-like softness, making it the perfect for creating plush, cuddly, and elegant creations. And it says absorbs daylight and transforms it into a captivating natural glow in the dark, aiding in enhancing touch to your crafts. This one has the same needle and hook suggestions, and then this is a hand wash only. This one you get a little bit more yardage. The other one you get 77 yards per 50 grams. This one you get 87.5 yards for 50 grams because it's the glow in the dark and not the reflective, which I thought was kind of interesting. I think they're both pretty soft, but to me, the pink one is a little bit softer. It definitely looks a little bit more plusher than the white one, and that just could be because of that strand of reflectiveness that kind of pushed out the fibers to make it plumpier, I guess is the correct terminology. I am curious to see how this holds up though when you knit it. Chenille is known to kind of pull apart kind of towards the end, so I'm curious to see. They did send me a little sample of this wool reflective yarn in a orange color. I don't have color notes, and see, when they sent these, there's no information on this. So if, as a reviewer, it's kind of hard to tell the consumer about the yarn if I don't know anything about the yarn. So I had to pull it up online, and it says the wool is a special wool yarn that reflects light. The stronger the light, the source, the brighter reflect light. Different colors of crochet reflect different sensitivities to the eye, the white being the most obvious. It says, designed to provide superior visibility in low light conditions. This yarn is ideal for crafting safety gear, outdoor apparel, and accessories. Our wool reflective yarn is soft, warm, and durable. It just says 55% wool and 43% acrylic and 2% luminous fiber. This one's crochet gauge is a 3 millimeter or a G6 again, and knitting needle 3 millimeters, so it went down a 0.25. This one you get 70 yards per 50 grams, and it is also considered a hand wash only. Now they also sent another reflective yarn, and this one is just called the cotton-like reflective yarn. But again, on this label, I didn't have a lot of information to give you, so I pulled it up online. And online, cannot find the listing for it. I found the listing for the premium acrylic yarn, but it's not listed up under the other reflective yarns. So I'm not sure what I'm supposed to tell you about this. But it's cotton-like, and apparently it reflects light. So we have the upgraded polyester glow in the dark yarn. That's actually what it's called on the label. I'm thinking this is what they call on the website though, premium glow in the dark yarn. There's definitely a breakdown in communication as to what's on the label versus what's on the website, which is kind of frustrating. This one is made of 98% polyester and 2% luminous fibers. It does recommend a 3.5 knitting needle or a 3.5 millimeter or a G6 hook, and this one is a hand wash only. This one only comes 55 yards per 50 grams, which is not a lot. But this one is sold in bags, so you can get like a color pack of all of them, a 5-pack, or you can get them single individual. This is $6.88 for 55 grams. This again is just a sample size, so this is not the size that you'll be getting, but it says that it doesn't say anything about why it's upgraded polyester, so that's kind of confusing. Okay, so these three are all considered milk cotton glow in the dark yarn, and the this is where things got a little crazy when I was trying to make the previous video on the 11th, because when I typed in the search bar for cotton yarn, all that pulls up is the variety pack that you can get to try the yarn, and I cannot find the individual sampling or page listing for the milk cotton glow-in-the-dark yarn. But that's what these things are. I have no idea how many yards you get per however many grams, because I don't have the information to give you, and I like to keep things real here on this. And so when companies send me things to review, I'm going to be honest with you. I find that very frustrating, especially even as a reviewer, because I don't have the information to give you about the yarn, and I can't even tell you colorways because nothing is listed on these. And so the color codes, I'm just guessing from what is on the screen. I have cats fighting in the background, I apologize. The colors may look different in real life than they on the screen, and so like a pink or peach may not be what I think it should be in my hand. So these are just milk cotton glow-in-the-dark yarns, and it just has some washing instructions on them. I don't have a lot of information to give you on that one. There's literally nothing else on the label if I unroll it besides this right here. So that's these three, and we're just gonna move on again. So then we have left these two right here, and you can see this one's already starting to try to glow, which is pretty crazy. I do have some footage of where I did let them get warmed up by the sun, and then we check their glow factor later on. But this is the glow-in-the-dark yarn is what it says, and this one it says is the acrylic luminous woolen threads. So both of these are a very thin weight yarn. I'm guessing this one's almost like literally embroidery thread, and this may be a fingering weight yarn. Again, not a lot of information on the labels, and I can't type in what I have in front of me on this onto their website and get a listing pulled up. So that's kind of very frustrating. You can only sort by best-selling alphabetically, the low or high price or old or new. I wish their website was able to sort by at least weight yarn. You can sort from the reflective versus the glow in the dark, but their listings make it kind of confusing. And you can't even search by main fiber. So once you search by the glow in the dark, then you're looking at every one of the glow in the darks they have, and it doesn't really say on the first page of the listing what the main base is, if it's polyester, if it's acrylic, if it's cotton. And as a knitter and crocheter, I find that very frustrating because it makes you click on every one of these to try to find a base that you're looking for. So let's just look at their glow factor and go from there. So we're in the darkest corner of my shed, which you can see it's really not that dark. The yarn has been sitting out in the sun for about 5 minutes, and I'm going to be honest, I'm kind of impressed. You can see here, you can definitely see that blue lighting up and the white. That's kind of cool. I am impressed. Look at that. How crazy. Look at that one blue. So yeah, it literally glows in the dark. That's pretty crazy. And I think it really has amazing glow factor. I am pleasantly surprised. I am super grateful to Bling Bling for sending this to me and letting me talk about it with you all and sharing with you all, because I'm sure there's many of y'all out there who really need a really good glow in the dark yarn, and this could be what you're looking for. I think it's going to be great for someone who really walks at night or walks their dog at night. You can make dog sweaters out of this, and hats and mittens, and really stay safe and having a reflectability and ability to be seen in the dark, and possibly even using the thread like in a wool hat or something for a hunter would be, really nice as it starts to turn dusk as they come in, or even using one of the reflectives as they're coming in and walking in at dusk for a hunter, so that way others can see them. I think it just has a lot of uses, and I'm decently surprised with the quality, to be honest with you. And I will work up some samples of this and sometime soon, and we'll have like a review back video and an update video of what I think about it and how well it glows and washes and all the other good tidbits. Thanks for watching.